I don't know. That's good. That's so cool. Because I never know if they have like a double or if they have everything going. Very cool. Yeah, because I know Mark does a lot of advertising, so no, I'm not in the world. It's bad that I don't know how to do it. I should know how to do it. Graham Stall makes sterling. Graham Stall makes oil. Irwin McClellan makes. Yeah, knowing both these things though makes it so difficult. Wait, so these will hold on. These ones are these are oh they all seem to be like this one should. They're both 0-1, but maybe not. Later games, they're probably the best games. Because that hooks yeah, the hooks long forwards can be so weird. Wasn't close, but it was good. Wasn't close, but close to. I think he gets it. Hooks play so well. Yeah. Yeah. Shen, I'm gonna introduce the San Diego League pregame show. Presented. Do you guys know? Did you guys watch the TNT crew for basketball? So it's like the San Diego League pregame show presented by no one. You know, Ernie Johnson does that with his like the stat of the night. DJ's Vegeta stat of the night. Huh? I'll be glad. All the eyes. You guys are just going to stare at me while I do my intro. Let me just, don't say anything, I'm just going to check. That's it. Yeah, it's crazy. You ready? Let's do it.
10 o'clock.
Welcome to San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Church. For Mark Rogoff, our VP of Marketing, I'm Cameron Ezair for some Thursday morning baseball. A doubleheader, the first game of the doubleheader here at 10:05 in about 5 minutes as we have a little pregame show for the Wild and the Warriors, two winless teams in the Land Division, trying to pick up their first wins of the season. For the Wild, head coach Joe Becht, and for the Warriors, the head coach is Brett Seeberger.
Great to be here with you yet again, Cameron, for the fourth day in a row.
Yeah. We've had how many games so far? 6?
6 games.
6
we'll
games
have 7
in the
and
books.
8 today, and we'll have 116 overall, so we're not quite approaching the finish line.
But who's counting, right?
Right. Who's counting? We're all happy to be here. Hasn't got old yet.
Nope, not at all. And
I don't think it ever will.
I don't think it ever will, as the sun is out early in the morning. We'll start in about 4 minutes' time. The Wild dropped their first game against the Hooks on Tuesday, losing 5-1, and the Warriors lost on opening day on Monday to the Brewers 3-2. Both of these lineups relatively similar to their first game lineups. As I'll break that down for the Wild, their starting lineup: number 29, Zach Segal; number 5, Michael O'Hara; 13, Ruben Fontes in the third spot; cleanup 8, Carter Graham; number 22, Davis Heller; and then number 16, Vincent Martinez, who's behind the dish for the Wild; number 9, Jack Solis; number 30, Anthony Mace; and number 6, Jake Guzman. And pitching for the Wild is Carson Rudd. I talked to head coach Joe Becht about Carson, and he said when he saw him on his team, he knew he immediately wanted to put him in the starting lineup.
Carson Rudd, a veteran arm out of Stanford University, Stanford Cardinal, one of 4 Stanford Cardinal in the lineup today.
As he is pitching to Vincent Martinez. Vincent Martinez, of course, at Stanford as well. I talked to Martinez before the game, and he said, well, I haven't caught for Rudd in a while, but definitely going to be a little more comfortable having a couple Cardinal out there. And then for the Warriors, their lineup: number 30, Jack Haggerty; 20, Nick Siemens. In the third spot, number 7, Caden Hobson. In cleanup, number 2, Brian McClellan. Number 23, Brian Lenhart, batting 5th. Number 14, Logan White, 6th. Number 22, Jeremiah Ferris in the 7th spot. And then rounding out their lineup is number 6, Jack Early, and number 16, Jackson Belitho, with number 9, Connor Thurman on the mound.
Connor Thurman, a draft-eligible pitcher for 2021. He's ranked...
It's 116.
116 according
to D1.
There you go, D1 baseball for next year's draft. Obviously, those rankings fluctuate quite often, but I'm sure a lot of eyes will be on Mr. Thurman here. And one thing to point out about Rudd, going back to him, is looking at the stat sheet, pitched exclusively in relief at Stanford to this point over 3 seasons, or 2+ seasons if you want to say, but 30 relief appearances it looks like, not 1 start. So he's in a starting role for the first time, I guess potentially since his high school days at Oaks Christian up in Westlake in the Valley in LA.
I heard he's called the heart and soul of that Oaks Christian team when he was there. And as a junior in the spring, he finished with a 3.86 ERA and 8 relief appearances, like Mark just mentioned, making 1 save with 7 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. He also had his first career save this past spring on March 1st against Grand Canyon, as he will make the start today for Joe Becht's Wild.
Yeah, and obviously over on the Warriors side, for Brett Seeberger, he's got a handful of his own San Diego State guys playing for him. Only one in the starting lineup, actually. That's Brian Lenhart. I'm sure we'll see Matt Rudick at some point later in the game.
As Rudick with
2 RBI single in their first game against the Brewers on Monday, drove in the first 2 runs of the summer season, and the Brewers came back to win that game. But yeah, we'll definitely see Matt Rudick, as he is one of the substitutes in for Brett Seeberger. I talked to Connor Thurman, who will take the mound in just a little bit, number 9 for the Warriors, and I asked him, have you had a chance to look at any of these wild hitters? What are you expecting in your first start? And he said, to destroy the hitters. You like the confidence out of Thurman.
Yeah, that's what I believe you have to have as a pitcher. You gotta, you're throwing with conviction on every pitch. You gotta know you're gonna get them out, and right, just get swing and miss.
All right, Connor Thurman of the University of San Diego, attended Red Mountain High School and is from Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah, it was originally a Arizona product, University of Arizona, transferred out here to USD. Thurman did,
Yeah,
and we're at 10:05. We're actually might be a minute or two delay. We apologize about that. We actually got going a few minutes early in the afternoon game yesterday, but better for the viewers to be a smidge late than a smidge early. We don't want you missing any pitch, but as soon as Thurman's ready, I'm sure they'll be taking the field here.
And we mentioned Thurman was originally at the University of Arizona, was a redshirt freshman there, now at the University of San Diego. He was the 4th-ranked right-handed pitcher in Arizona, according to Perfect Game, when he graduated his senior year and went to play for the Wildcats. Now playing for the Toreros here in San Diego. San Diego well represented, as there's 54 guys here from San Diego representing 54 local guys from San Diego here in this league. 115 D1 players in total. Had 2 D1 players last year, an influx of talent, and that's why the league's been good so far, as these guys have been competitive. The talent level is at an all-time high, as it looks like the Warriors are about to take the field.
Yeah, not quite sure what they're waiting for, but
A conversation between the umps, as why
the
not?
meeting already happened with the coaches, so we'll try to get an update for you here in a second.
Why not break down the first 3 days of the San Diego League in our first opening day game? The Brewers beat the Warriors 3-2 in that later game. The Longboarders in a dramatic finish beat the Jets 9-8 on our second day of slate of games. The morning game was between the Hooks and the Wild. The Wild about to hit in just a second. The Wild falling to the Hooks 5-1. In the later game, the Sharks shutting out the Wave Riders 6-0. And yesterday, the Jets shutting out the Wave Riders 9-0. And then the Hooks beating the Longboarders 8-4. So right now, the Hooks are leading in the C division. They're 2-0. And the Brewers up in the Land division at 1-0, with the Jets right behind them at 1-1. We'll see the Brewers and the Sharks later today at 3:35, as head coach Matt Burgandy faces head coach Chris Brown of the Sharks. And the Warriors are about to take the field. So let's break down their 9 in the outfield for the Warriors. In left is Haggerty. Center is Siemens, right Belitho, and then from third to first, Jack Early, Brian McClellan, Jeremiah Ferris, and Brian Leanhart. Behind the plate for the Warriors is Caden Hobson, and on the mound, like we mentioned, is Connor Thurman. The designated hitter for the Warriors is Logan White.
Logan White, the son of Logan White, senior.
Right?
Top executive scout with the San Diego Padres. Been around the game a long time. Drafted a lot of big-time superstars. First one that always jumps into my head is Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
When Logan worked for the Dodgers.
Clayton Kershaw, of course, the dominant lefty on the Los Angeles Dodgers. As this game is about to get underway, talked to Thurman a little before, and he said he wants to command the strike zone when there's 2 strikes with his fastball and work on that slider away. And then all summer long, he's been working on a big changeup to try to get these hitters out. So expect those 3 pitches from Thurman here on a beautiful Thursday morning on the 4th day of San Diego League Baseball.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the sun is out. This is definitely the earliest of the 4 days we've been going that the sun is peaked out, and not only is it peaked out, it's out. The marine layer, the June gloom, has stayed off to the west think it looks like it's about over, La Mesa maybe at the closest, but out here in El Cajon, we're looking good.
As the leadoff three for the Wild will be Segal, then O'Hara and Fontes, as that's the minimum that Connor Thurman will face here at the top of the first, as Zach Segal out of La Jolla High School steps up to the plate.
Beautiful 65 degrees right
Wow.
now. Should get up to mid-70s, but perfect weather for some baseball. Here we go.
Segal, one of the guys at Stanford, as that one misses outside for ball one. The count's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one is over the head of Segal. As that ball gets away from Thurman, the count 2-0.
Our radar gun had 89 on that one, buzzing by his head. That's buzzing the tower, to quote a line from Top Gun, filmed locally here at Miramar.
Early movie reference here between the Wild and the Warriors. That one is fouled back as the count goes 2-1.
Never can quote Top Gun enough. Tell you that. And we're all excited for the sequel here coming out, I believe, in December. Supposed to come out in June. They pushed it back to December.
But hey, it's like baseball. As long as it gets
comes
back out there.
I'll be in my flight suit watching the movie at the opening night.
Here's the count, 2-1. Swing and a miss as that's strike two. The count's even at 2-2.
That was 92, right down the middle. Maybe got away with that location, but pumping it pretty good at 92 here in the first.
And Thurman talked about using his fastball with 2 strikes. Let's see if he uses it here against Segal, as that one is a ball away as the count moves full.
Yeah, didn't get to chase that 78-mile-an-hour slider.
Talked to head coach Joe Becht of the Wild earlier today, and he said his team's energy is good so far. I also talked to Vincent Martinez, the catcher for the Wild, and he told me that in the group chat they're all fired up to try to get their first win. That ball misses low, and there's the leadoff runner for the Wild.
Yeah, 2 straight breaking balls there. Segal would not chase either.
As Hobson tends to the field, the catcher behind the plate. Segal is at first, and up for the Wild is number 5, Michael O'Hara, who plays right field. And early on, the Wild have a man on base, as that one is on the outside corner, called strike. The count's 0-1.
Thurman was a freshman All-American in this abbreviated season, as announced by Collegiate Baseball.
As that one again on the outside corner, called strike 2. O'Hara, the batter at the dish, attending Santa Clara University, where his head coach Joe Becht for the Wild is as well. O'Hara walked in the game against the Hooks in 2 at-bats, as that one's in there for a strike and the first strikeout for Connor Thurman. Great pitch early on by Thurman.
Yeah, and similar to Rudd, Thurman also pitched exclusively in relief this past season at USD, 8 relief appearances, so a couple relievers getting starts here.
As Ruben Fontes steps up to the dish out of Davidson University. And there goes the runner Segal, as that ball is going to get away from the second baseman, or pardon me, the shortstop McClellan. And Segal is safe at second with the stolen base.
Yeah, early aggressiveness from Joe Becht and his Wild team.
And I think that's a good move for Joe Becht. Of course, when you get down the stretch, the game gets more tense. He told me he wants his players to play more aggressive and play more loose. It looks like they're already doing that so far.
I'm a big fan of aggressiveness, as long as it's smart, but absolutely.
A big gap up the middle for Fontes as that one misses outside for ball 1. The count's 1-1.
Thurman had a pretty good strikeout total in his 8 appearances, 17 in 13 1/3 innings at USD, so he's averaging more than 1 an inning, which is typically what you'll see in a good reliever.
Swing and a miss from Fontes. The count's 1-2.
The elite relievers, you may approach or get 2 strikeouts an inning.
Fontes, like I said, at Davidson College in North Carolina. Hit 3 home runs this season as he's rung up there, and Connor Thurman 2 early strikeouts here in the top of the first.
Yeah, nice backdoor breaking ball there on the outside edge. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Carter Graham. How about that? We got a incoming freshman at Stanford batting cleanup in a summer league here. I think that's a nice compliment from your head coach if he feels you can handle that batting cleanup, haven't even played a single college game, at least in the spring.
Right, yep. As Graham is fooled, and that's a strike that counts 0-1. A lot of faith in his guys is Joe Becht. As again fools number 8 Carter Graham, 2 straight pitches, 2 straight strikes, the count's 0-2. Two outs in the top of the first, Seagal at second after a stolen base. And that one just misses outside, or pardon me, inside, as the count goes 1-2. He tried to go 3 of the same pitches for 3 straight strikes, as he just missed inside.
Let's see if he goes back to that breaking ball or goes to the fastball.
Seagal at second. Swung on and blooped up by Graham as that one goes into foul territory. The count stays 1-2.
Yeah, went back to the fastball there. Probably got away with that. Looked like it split the plate. Carter couldn't quite get enough wood on it.
14 homers in his first year. Pardon me, that's Ruben Fontes. That one hits Graham in the back as Carter Graham is going to head to first, and the Wild have a man on at first and second. As Davis Heller up to the dish for the Wild. 2 on for the Wild. Both teams winless after 1 game, as we had a similar matchup yesterday in the morning, and later on today the Sharks will face off against the Brewers, 2 teams that are 1-0. Here's the pitch from Thurman. That one's in there for a strike as the count's 0-1.
89 miles an hour on that inside corner fastball, and you know, one thing that stood out about Heller in the first game, not just his height, of course, but that full stretch he had at first base on a play over there.
Swung on, and that one is hit to right field. Here comes Seagal. He's going to try to make it all the way from second to home. As that is safe, the Wild go up 1-0. Davis Heller with the RBI single as Carter Graham gets from first to third.
The old good piece of hitting by Heller. Just kind of bloops one, soft liner into right field. Scores Seagal from second. Carter on his horse goes all the way to third. Very nice first inning here for the Wild with a big 2-out RBI. Gotta love 2-out RBIs.
That ball was hit into right field by the 6'8 Davis Heller. The pickoff man was Lienhart, threw it over to third, not in time to get Graham. As there's still 2 outs in the top of the first, the Wild put up an early run here against the Warriors.
Yeah, and honestly, that was really impressive by Carter Graham going first to third on that shallow base hit to right. There were 2 outs, but he moves really well for a big guy.
Another Stanford guy at the dish, Vincent Martinez, who will be behind home plate, catching Carson Rudd. Runners on the corners, 2 outs in the top of the first. That one misses outside as the count goes 2-0.
Yeah, that pitch was pretty close. If Hobson holds on to that, maybe he gets a call there, but nonetheless, Warriors fall behind 2-0 in the count.
Martinez, 2 singles in the last game as that is a ground ball to the left side. Flicked on by number 2, Brian McClellan, as he gets it over to Jeremiah Ferris. And what a play. Didn't even look at Ferris, flipping that ball as we head to the bottom of the first. The Wild put 1 on as they lead 1-0 early on in this morning matchup.
explain why he's here, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah. We have a plug-in. How much are these things?
200
each? Oh shit. Yeah, never mind.
Bottom of the first, the Wild leading 1-0 early here on a beautiful Thursday morning in San Diego. And on the mound for the Wild is Carson Rudd, will be a rising senior at Stanford University, pitching to his teammate Vincent Martinez, also attending Stanford.
The Cardinal are featured prominently here in
Yep.
the San Diego League, and a few other guys sprinkled out through some other teams, but as we like to joke, the Wild is Team NorCal, a couple Santa Clara guys as well.
Talked to Rudd before the game, and he pretty much just told me he's excited to play baseball. As
Standard answer, I
right,
think we're getting.
yeah,
right?
and the standard 4 pitches from Rudd will be his fastball, curveball, changeup, and slider. The Wild lead early, 1-0, as up to bat for the Warriors is number 30, Jack Haggerty. Haggerty plays in left field.
Carson standing in at 6'5", up there on the mound.
One of the taller guys in the league, as well as Davis Heller at first, 6'8".
He's majoring in economics up there at Stanford, and I'm sure he'll be good to go in life, baseball or not, with that degree from up there.
Haggerty attends Irvine Valley College, will be a sophomore in the fall. As that one misses high and outside, the count's 1-0.
92 miles an hour for Carson there on that first pitch.
As that one's right down the middle, called strike. The count's 0-2 in favor of Rudd. That one's inside. The count goes 1-2.
Yeah, good spot there from Rudd. 91 on the inside corner. Had both fastballs initially were away. Tried to go in on that one.
That one misses high as the count goes even. Pardon me, the scoreboard shows 2-1.
I believe it should be
I think it is.
2-2.
It's 2-2. Swung on and fouled to the left side. I think the count is 2-2 as it's even to number 30, Jack Haggerty.
3-2.
Pardon me, it is 3-2.
We are wrong. Where's our spotter? What's he doing over there? We brought in a spotter today to help us out a
Swung
little
on
bit.
a ground ball to left to Carter Graham. He's going to fling it over to Davis Heller for the first out of the bottom of the first. Yeah, our spotter, Andrew Reeder of the Brewers, made the first pitch on opening day. The Brewers will face the Sharks later today.
Andrew also a part of our summer staff. We figured we'd elicit his support here on the broadcast. As we've mentioned, we would love to bat 1,000 for you out there watching and listening. We're working with about 250 players. Gonna try not to make a mistake on any names, and that's what Andrew's here for, to help us out.
Andrew, a Bulldog at the University of Redlands, as Nick Seaman steps up to the dish for the Warriors. Here's Rudd with the pitch. That one's in there for a strike, as Carson Rudd delivering early. And it must be nice to have your teammate behind home plate in your first start here at the San Diego League. That one misses high and inside. The count's 1-1.
Yeah, Rudd ran that one up to 94. Got a little away from him. But yeah, much like we saw yesterday with Jack Dolek and Caleb Ricketts for the Jets. They're battery mates at USD. And then after that, we had Paul Sean Pascalato and Josiah Cromwick, battery mates in high school out in Vegas. Seems to make sense.
Right, as that one's on the outside corner. First strike 2. You talk about camaraderie and getting to know all these guys. we have to know a lot of names, and they get to meet a lot of new baseball players out here. And it's nice to have two guys that are already comfortable with each other. Swing and a miss as a strikeout for Carson Rudd, his first of the game.
Carson getting up to 93 on that one, blowing it by him. Showing some pretty good velocity here in his first outing in over 3 months.
Right. Caden Hobson at the dish, number 7 for the Warriors. Caden Hobson plays at the University of Arizona from Redlands, California. As that one's in there for a strike as the count goes 0-1. Played in 4 games as a freshman for the Wildcats. And made 12 putouts as a catcher there in Arizona. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Rudd. That one is low for ball 1. The count goes even.
The first breaking ball we saw from him?
I think
I
so.
believe, unless I missed one looking down at my scorebook, but
Rudd with 4 pitches in his arsenal as the count's 1-1. Swung on and a high fly ball to right center as Michael O'Hara converges with Jake Guzman, and he makes the catch. And that will end the bottom of the first as we head to the top of the second. The Wild leading the Warriors early, 1-0. Top of the second, Wild lead the Warriors 1-0. The Wild coming up to bat. It'll be Solis, Mace, and Guzman.
And as we always like to mention, if you're noticing a black box between the pitcher and the catcher, that is our Rapsodo technology, measuring real-time velocity, spin rate, among other things, which all that information is given to the players after the game and sent to their college coaches. And actually yesterday I asked Grant Holman of the Jets after the game, who's a two-way player. He's now both pitched and hit. And I said, do you notice that at all, pitching or hitting? He said, nope, not at all. So that was actually good to hear from Grant. Maybe we'll pull a few other players, but at least one high-profile player, and Grant Holman does not even see it when he's on the mound or when he's hitting. And actually Andrew Reeder, who, as we mentioned, pitched for the Brewers, he said he does not even see it.
Not phased at all, as that ball's in there for a strike for Connor Thurman. The count's 0-1.
And then, of course, the hitters are all wearing blast motion sensors on the knob of their bats, measuring bat speed, launch angle, all that fun stuff. And this league is proud to be an analytics lead, and and ultimately and most importantly, we want the players to learn what the numbers actually mean and how to implement them in their training if they don't know already.
That's a strikeout for Connor Thurman. Makes easy work of Jack Solis here in the top of the second.
Yeah, retires the leadoff hitter after walking the leadoff hitter in the first, so better start here to this inning.
Thurman's third strikeout of the game. As that one
hits
hit
him.
Anthony Mace, number 30 for the Wilds, and he'll head to first. As there's one out in the top of the second, number 6, Guzman, coming in for the Wild. Guzman, who plays in center field for Joe Becht.
And just a quick note, our afternoon game today is the Brewers and the Sharks. 3:35, Brewers and Sharks.
Guzman recorded a single on Tuesday as he takes strike one on the outside corner.
Looked to be a little off the plate there, but gets the call.
Guzman attends Los Medanos College, as that's a swing and a miss for strike two. Connor Thurman wheeling and dealing early. Mace at first after Connor Thurman hit him on the first pitch. A check swing strikeout for Connor Thurman, his fourth here in the top of the second.
That was an 87-mile-an-hour fastball, outside corner. 4 strikeouts for Thurman already. 2 outs here in the second. No one up in the pen, so I assume he'll be going his max 3 innings here in his first start.
As the start of the Wild lineup steps up to the plate, that's Zach Segal. That one misses high and away for ball one.
Segal, a La Jolla High School product. As the SPF 50 has been taken out of the bag.
The runner goes. That's Anthony Mace as he gets
Steals
there
the
in
bag.
time. A stolen base from Anthony Mace. That one actually trickled by Jeremiah Ferris, who covered second base. And another stolen bag here on day 4 of San Diego League Baseball. And that's Mark spraying his SPF. The sun is out here in sunny San Diego. As
Sorry
that
if
one's
some of
in
the
there
spray
for
is
a
going
strike.
your way.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. Do not worry about it. I'm just glad the sun's out so early. The past couple of days, it's been a bit overcast to start the morning game. As that one's low for ball 2, the count's even, 2-2. Segal at the dish with Jake Guzman at second after the stolen base. Segal swings and misses, and Connor Thurman records his 5th strikeout as we head to the bottom of the second inning. The Wild lead the Warriors 1-0. After facing 3 and retiring 3 in the bottom of the first, Carson Rudd back on the mound for the Wild. He'll face McClellan, Lanehart, and White for the Warriors at the minimum. The Wild putting one on the board early, leading the Warriors 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. And I might need to ask Mark for that sunscreen soon, as I'm heating up back here.
Just take it now. We're good.
Here's the pitch to Brian McClellan. That one misses high for ball 1. The Lara bar is out for Mark Rogoff. A staple of this broadcast so far is that one's in there for
chronicling
strike
my
one.
food intake, yeah. Got a surprise for you later, though?
I have a surprise for you later.
All right.
Yeah. As the count is 1-1. McClellan watches that one whiz by as that's strike two. The count's 1-2.
Looked like that slider from Rudd. That was 81 miles an hour on the gun.
Rudd cool, calm, and collected early. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed his second strikeout of the game. He's faced 4 and retired 4.
It's 92 miles an hour up in the zone, according to our gun.
Carson Rudd looks like he hasn't missed a beat.
Has not, and we'll have to check, the Rapsodo numbers. Yesterday, we noticed Rapsodo velocity had a tick or two up from our gun. I want to trust the Rapsodo more since that's literally right on the front porch there.
Right. That one is a called ball outside. Nonetheless, 1 out in the bottom of the second.
As Rudd racks up a 95 on that pitch.
You wonder if someone is going to reach triple digits. Swung on and fouled to the left side, out of play.
Beautiful day.
Couldn't ask for any better here at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of Shadow Mountain Church. As that one just misses outside, the count goes to 2-1. Brian Lienhart plays at San Diego State University, one of the many Aztecs here in the San Diego League. Swing and a miss as the count goes 2-2.
Nice slider there from Rudd at 82. Lienhart, a two-way player at San Diego State. Got a few, I think he pitched in starter's role and reliever's role. We'll see if he'll get some innings here this summer as well.
Attended Eastlake High School, and he's from San Diego. As that one misses outside, the count goes full.
It looked like the changeup from Rudd. That was at 82, staying away from the lefty hitter.
In my conversation with Rudd before the game, he's just happy to play baseball. Already with 3 strikeouts, swung on and fouled back as the count stays 3-2. Here's the full count pitch. That one is high and away as Lienhart heads to first with a walk.
Looked like a slider that got away from him. Nice confidence there to throw that on a 3-2 pitch. Didn't get the result he wanted, but see if he can get a ground ball to end the inning as Logan White Jr. steps to the plate.
7 combined strikeouts between the 2 starters so far as we're in the bottom of the second. Logan White at the dish. That one's in there for a strike. The count's 0-1.
Logan White, also a two-way player here for the Warriors. We'll be seeing him on the mound at some point.
A Triton at the University of California, San Diego, UCSD. As he had 3 at-bats against the Brewers on Monday. That one is
nice
a
swing.
liner up the middle. Good swing from Logan White as he'll advance Lienhart, and the Warriors have 2 men on here in the bottom of the second.
Say, if you're going to be a designated hitter and not be in the field, you should hit.
Right. That's the
Makes
purpose.
the most logic. And
right.
Sure enough, Logan White Jr. is the DH. Gets a hard knock up the middle there here in the second inning, and the Warriors got something going, looking to tie it up or take the lead.
As at the plate for the Warriors, number 22, Jeremiah Ferris, their second baseman. The Warriors threatening down 1-0 to the Wild. A check swing strike as the count is 0-1.
Nice pitch by Rudd there on the outside corner. Good spot.
And there's the Lara bar. It's come out. The classic Mark opening the Lara bar as the count is 0-1 to Ferris. Swinging a ground ball to the left side as that one's going to go past the third baseman, and no play is going to be made as both Graham and Seagal were caught up, and now the bases are loaded for the Warriors with 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that'll go down as an infield single for Ferris. Carter Graham did everything he could to get over there and snag it, but just too deep in the hole as the shortstop Seagal was, playing more up the middle for a double play. And Rudd running into a little trouble here after getting a strikeout there to the first batter of the inning. Walk, hit.
Bases loaded for the Warriors, down 1-0, swing, and that ball's up the middle. Double play opportunity, stepping on the bag is Seagal, and the Wild get out of the bases loaded jam as they still lead the Warriors 1-0 as we head into the top of the third. Top of the third, it's been a pitching duel between the Wild and the Warriors. As the Wild lead the Warriors 1-0. Connor Thurman back on the mound. That one's fouled off to the left side by number 5, Michael O'Hara of the Wild. It'll be O'Hara, Fontes, and Graham. 3 to bat at the minimum for Connor Thurman. The count is 1-1 to Michael O'Hara. That one misses outside. Count goes to 2-1. O'Hara, part of this Team NorCal, plays at Santa Clara University. Swing and a foul off the glove of the catcher, Hobson. The count is 2-2. O'Hara swings, and that's a fly ball to center as Siemens positions himself and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. One out in the top of the third. The breeze is picked up, but still very sunny, as it always is in San Diego. As number 13 for the Wild, Ruben Fontes out of Davidson, steps to the dish.
Fontes struck out looking on a breaking ball from Thurman in the first inning. Be a little conference on the mound here, I think, for a second.
Seaberger going out there to talk to his pitcher, Connor Thurman.
Spotter Andrew, are you able to tell who's warming up in the Warriors pen down there?
It's a long look. Looks like a
still got to get our binoculars.
Singular digit. Could it be? Well, there is someone warming up in the Warriors pen. That's what we can tell you right now. We'll get
Seaberger's going to make a change
of who it is. Seaberger's going to make a change, and Thurman heads to the dugout, ending with 5 strikeouts on the day. As we're going to take a short break, the Warriors bringing in a new pitcher.
We mentioned it once. Number 8, O'Brien. Pitch count. Oh, yeah.
Top of the third here at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Church. As Jack O'Brien is the new pitcher for the Warriors, you might be wondering why Connor Thurman came out as he threw 5 strikeouts. A good outing for him. The San Diego League trying to limit pitch count as well as innings, ramping up these pitchers early on in the first couple weeks of the season. We're just getting baseball back, so, allowing these guys to get back in the swing of things as Jack O'Brien takes the mound for the Warriors.
Yeah, it'll either be 3 innings, or the pitch count. So Thurman reached his max there after 2 1/3 as O'Brien comes in.
And faces Ruben Fontes, number 13 for the Wild. Fontes swings, and that's a fly ball to right. It's going to stay in the infield, the right side, over to Jeremiah Ferris, who made the catch.
Fontes, first pitch swinging, makes quick work, helps out O'Brien. Brings up Carter Graham, as we mentioned, the incoming freshman, Stanford University. Graduate of Chaminade up in the Valley, LA area.
Jack O'Brien delivers, and that is a high fly ball to left center field. 3 Warriors converging, and it will fall as number 8, Carter Graham, gets on with a single for the Wild.
Yeah, the left fielder looks like he took a few steps back. Haggerty maybe misjudged it a little bit, but it ended up being pretty shallow there. Falls in for a hit, and albeit summer league, but that would be Carter Graham's first collegiate hit.
As Davis Heller, all 6'8" of him, steps up to the dish. With Carter Graham at first with 2 outs in the top of the third. A swing on and a liner to left as Davis Heller will get to first with a single, and the Wild have men on first and second.
Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Wild. That'll
Both,
bring up another Stanford Cardinal, Vincent Martinez.
both first pitch hits by Graham and Heller.
That aggressive style we mentioned earlier, continuing on here early in the game.
The Wild already look like they're playing looser than they did against the Hooks on Tuesday. Vincent Martinez, another Stanford guy, stepping up to the plate here in the top of the third. More on Jack O'Brien, attended Westview High School and plays at Palomar.
Yeah, I would say first game more or less a toss-up for everyone. First game out, first broadcast out.
Right.
Getting the kinks out. Game 2, day 2, should always be a little easier.
Here's the pitch from O'Brien, as that one misses inside for ball 1. Graham at second, Heller at first. Vincent Martinez trying to add to this Wild lead. As he checks on second, does O'Brien, and delivers a ball into the dirt for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Jack O'Brien. Martinez lets that one fly by, and it'll be high and inside for ball 3. Martinez ahead of the count, 3-0. Couple Palomar guys on this Warriors team alongside Jack O'Brien, Ethan Takata, and Nick Seasons. Pardon me, Nick Siemens. First and second for the Wild. Martinez watches that strike go right down the middle. The count's 3-1.
Yeah, down in the zone. Maybe thought it was a little low, but not going to go get that with a 3-0 count if it's not your pitch. Maybe didn't have the green light anyway.
The count is 3-1 to Vincent Martinez, the catcher for the Wild. Martinez swings and bloops that one foul over to the right side as the count goes full.
Oh, I think he's a little upset he missed that one. Fastball down the heart of the plate.
Had the green light at the 3-1 pitch.
Runners will be going here. Full count, 2 outs, so.
Graham at second, Heller at first. Martinez trying to drive in a couple more runs for the Wild. Martinez will let that one go low and into the dirt as the bases are loaded for the Wild. The Warriors had the bases loaded already. Now the Wild. Base runners, a commonality here on Thursday morning, day 4 of San Diego League Baseball.
Yeah, not a ton of 1, 2, 3 innings overall.
Jack Solis with the bases loaded as that one hit him. And coming in to score is Carter Graham. The score is 2-0 Wild.
Yeah, nice job by Solis. Didn't exactly make an effort to get out of the way, but hits him on the arm. Gets an RBI for it. Worth the pain.
So O'Brien's still in a bases loaded jam as Anthony Mace is at the plate. 2 outs in the top of the third. Wild lead the Warriors 2-0. Swung on in a ground ball to the left side, and that one's going to get through. Scoring is Heller. Coming is Martinez. Vincent Martinez on his high horse as the score is 4-0 Wild early on in the top of the third.
2 out base knock through the left side, and keep in mind all of this started after the first 2 batters were retired. It goes single, single, walk, hit batsman single, and all of a sudden 4-0 Wild.
The Wild looking more aggressive on their swings as well. It's possible that a little more comfortable out there in game 2.
Yeah, as we talked a lot about hitters getting their timing back, I think every at-bat, every game, it's going to get better and better. So I think the hitters will catch up to the pitchers, if you will, here pretty quickly.
As Guzman takes that strike to the outside corner with 2 outs in the top of the third.
We got action in the Warriors' pen.
Swung on and a foul ball to the right as the count's 0-2 in O'Brien's favor. Jack O'Brien trying to limit the damage and keep the run count at 3 in the top of the third. Runners on first and second for the Wild. As that ball's inside from Guzman, the count is 1-2.
I noticed before the game one of the members of the Wild was on a Zoom class.
Really?
Behind the dugout on his laptop, Matt Cabrera at Cerritos College. So
student athlete?
If his professor is listening, he is. Well, I guess you could see him if he's on Zoom, but if his parents are listening, he can be happy he was on in class.
As that's a swing and a miss, and we're going to head to the bottom of the third. The Wild leading the Warriors 4-0. bottom of the third as Jackson Belitho in the 9 spot for the Warriors faces Carson Rudd.
Rudd out for his third and final inning here for the Wild. He's looked pretty impressive, minus a little blemish or two.
Got out of a jam last inning as his offense puts up 3 runs. And the Wild take a 4-0 lead over the Warriors. That one in there for a strike as the count is 0-1. Belitho sends the University of Puget Sound. Attended Scripps Ranch. Look at that. Scripps Ranch, your alma mater.
We love our Falcons. Go Falcons.
It's from San Diego. Facing Carson Rudd out of Stanford University. That one high for ball 1, the count's 1-2. Rudd with the 1-2 pitch. That one is high, but a check swing, and he went, as that's a strikeout for Carson Rudd. Another one here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, 91 up in the zone. His previous strikeout of McClellan, first batter of the second inning, also fastball up in the zone. That was that one at 92, but hitters having a little time catching up to it.
Rudd's third as Jack Haggerty steps up to the dish with 1 out in the bottom of the third. That one on the outside corner, called strike, as the count is 0-1.
Haggerty grounded out to third, his first at bat.
Misses outside as the count's 1-1.
I think that was a changeup, missed away.
Haggerty, 2 RBIs this past spring at Irvine Valley College as he fouls it off to the left. Head coach of the Warriors, Brett Seeberger, just lifting a leg to avoid that foul ball.
The agile and nimble Brett Seeberger.
I think if that ball was flying at me, I would have jumped out of the way, but Brett Seeberger has seen his fair share of foul balls come his way as he's at San Diego State, the coach for the Warriors. As that one misses low and inside, the count's 2-2. Haggerty trying to record his first hit today, as that one is in there for a strike. Looked like it was a bit off the plate, but Rudd nonetheless records his 4th strikeout of the game.
Yeah, a little down and away. Gets the call from the home plate umpire, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th strikeout. First one looking.
A generous outside corner as Nick Siemens steps up to the dish. Rudd trying to match Thurman's total at 5 strikeouts. Rudd with 4 so far.
And actually, Thurman ended up with 6, according to my scorebook.
6 strikeouts.
I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. It was 5. It was 5.
5 strikeouts for Connor Thurman.
I apologize.
All good. Now you owe me you owe me a quick surprise with your bag. You got to pull something out there now.
Not yet.
I'm getting a little anxious up here, wondering.
Not yet. Come closer to lunchtime. You'll see. You'll see. Don't worry.
The Lara bar has already been broken out. I'm guessing there's probably a bag of carrots in there, but I'm not going to ruin any type of surprise, as that one's high for ball 2. The count's 2-1.
No, you might be getting a curveball from me.
Am I going to see a different vegetable?
It could be.
Oh.
Give you a hint. It's the same color.
Oh.
But they are not. It is not a carrot.
Swung on and missed as the count goes even 2-2. Well, my best guess would be orange, but that's a fruit, so
correct.
It's not a vegetable. Oh, I think I have a guess, but I want everyone watching the stream to try to guess as well. I'm not going to spoil anything. The count is 2-2, and that one misses inside. The count goes
full. If you're
full.
sick of us hearing us talking about food, I have reached out to Mark Grant, Padres color commentator, just to take my place at least at one point. Texted him this morning. We'll see if he'll come out here at some point and replace me.
Check swing as Siemens heads to first. I mean, you and Mark Grant both with great stories
I'm sure he has a lot more than me.
Yeah.
He played big league baseball for a long time, but I believe he lives down the road here in Alpine, so not too far. So hoping he'll get back to me, and we'll bring him on and make the broadcast a little better.
Mark Grant calls games for the Padres alongside Don Orsillo. And the talent level shooting up in the league this year. Might be the commentator talent level as well. As Rudd delivers the pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. That one's in there for a strike to Caden Hobson. Hobson out of the University of Arizona.
All these fastballs about 91 miles an hour from Rudd, according to the gun.
Siemens at first. Hobson trying to bring his team back. That one's in the dirt. Great stop by Vincent Martinez.
Looked like a changeup there. That was at 84.
You can already see how comfortable Martinez and Rudd are with each other, with Martinez blocking that ball in the dirt. Both Cardinal up at Stanford University.
Little Pac-12 matchup here. Hobson, University of Arizona. Rudd at Stanford.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Carson Rudd. In there for a strike as the count goes 1-2.
Breaking ball at 76.
Two outs in the bottom of the third. The Wild already leading the Warriors 4-0 after scoring 3 in the top half of the frame. Siemens at first. See how aggressive the Warriors are early. He stays, and that one misses outside. The count goes even, 2-2. Both teams 0-1 in search of their first win here in the summer season of Season 2 of the San Diego League.
Warriors with a W, Wild with a W, each searching for their first W.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, with the letters. You're right, as that one is low for ball 3. Confused me a bit, but now it makes sense. The W Warriors, W Wild, all searching for a W. We got a full all W matchup.
Right, and the Wave Riders in the other division, they're searching for their
first W.
First
Wow.
W.
Talked about food earlier, now we're talking about letters. Little alliterations we can throw in there. Here's the payoff pitch in the bottom of the third. Swung on and a foul ball to the left side, and we'll do it all over again.
With a full count, runners going. So anything in the gap or down the line would have a greater chance of scoring Siemens.
Rudd already with 4 strikeouts in 2 2/3. The Warriors trail the Wild 4-0 with Nick Siemens at first. Here's the payoff pitch from Carson Rudd. Siemens goes, and that one is high, ball 4, and the Warriors stay alive in the bottom of the third. As head coach Joe Becht of the Wild is going to take the ball away from Carson Rudd, and that'll be it for the Stanford pitcher Carson Rudd. As we have a pitching change, Rudd finishing with 4 strikeouts. The Wild still leading the Warriors 4-0. New pitcher for the Wild as the Warriors have 2 on in the bottom of the third, 2 outs. It's Thomas Carter. Will be heading to Texas Tech University in the fall. Attended Cathedral Catholic. Had a good senior campaign. 2-2, 8 appearances, 6 games started. The flat 4 ERA. And stepping up to the plate for the Warriors is Brian McClellan. McClellan, their shortstop, starting today. Carter with the first pitch. That one is low and in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, Carson Rudd reaching his pitch limit. Couldn't quite finish that third inning. Got 2 quick strikeouts, but then issued back-to-back walks. So in comes Carter.
At 1-0 pitch, misses. High and inside, the count's 2-0.
And Carter, a Texas Tech, member of the Big 12. We also have Nevin, who plays at Baylor. He's on the Brewers Club that we'll see this afternoon. Another Big 12 guy.
As that one's in there for a strike, Martinez was looking to check on Hobson at first, as the count is 2-1. Carter to McClellan. That one's high, goes to the backstop, and both runners are going to advance after that ball gets by Vincent Martinez. The count is 3-1, and now the Warriors have 2 runners in scoring position.
McClellan will be an incoming freshman at Cal, as we've mentioned, and actually should be expecting a couple players from UCLA joining the league within the next couple days. Another Pac-12 school, of course.
That one misses low and away, and the bases are loaded for the Warriors. The bases loaded for the second straight inning for the Warriors, as head coach Joe Becht of the Wild goes and talks to Thomas Carter. And in this situation, what do you think Joe Becht is telling his relief pitcher Carter?
I think it's pretty simple. Throw strikes. Tough matchup here for Carter going against a polished college player in Leonhardt. I'd give the advantage to Leonhardt here, in all honesty, but for Carter's sake, let's hope he can find a way to get Leonhardt out.
And for Joe Becht's sake as well. After speaking to his pitcher, Brian Leonhardt, at San Diego State University. Struck out 2 times in the Warriors' 3-2 loss to the Brewers on Monday. Still searching for his first hit. That one's in there for a strike, as the count is 1-0. Pardon me, 0-1. In the 2019 season, Brian Leonhardt hit .800, 4 for 5 with the bases loaded. Can he deliver for the Warriors here? The count is 0-2. 2 great pitchers from Carter. Texas Tech to SDSU. Swing and a miss as Thomas Carter gets out of the bases loaded jam. The Wild, 2 bases loaded jams that they get out of in consecutive innings. We head to the top of the 4th. The Wild still lead the Warriors 4-0. Top of the fourth and top of the order for the Wild, Seagal, O'Hara, and Fontes, as Jack O'Brien is still on the mound for Brett Seeberger's Warriors. Some action in the pen. Michael De Filippi out of the University of the Pacific, attended Cathedral Catholic. As that one's in there for a strike from O'Brien, as the count's 0-1. O'Brien out of Palomar. That one on the outside corner called strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A check swing squibbler to the right side goes foul as the count stays 0-2. Seagal up for the Wild. They lead the Warriors 4-0 in the top of the fourth. Swung on and missed as Jack O'Brien records a strikeout to lead off the top of the fourth.
Looks like a breaking ball at 71 miles an hour. O'Brien ended the third with a strikeout, now starts the fourth with a strikeout.
Michael O'Hara at the plate for the Wild. Swings and fouls that one back to the left side. O'Brien, his second inning of work, with one out in the top of the fourth. Hits the outside corner for strike 2, as O'Brien ahead of the count 0-2. O'Hara, a couple at-bats against the Hooks on Tuesday. He fouls that one back. The count stays 0-2. O'Brien, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed in the dirt as the catcher for the Warriors throws it over to first. That's Hobson to Lienhart for the out.
Nice changeup from O'Brien there. He's retired 3 hitters in a row via strikeout after getting off to a rough start there when he came in the third.
3 strikeouts for Jack O'Brien as Ruben Fontes steps up for the Wild. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. That's a called strike. Looked a bit low as the count goes 0-1.
Fontes went 1 for 3 in his first game there against the Hooks a few days back. 1 for 3 with a walk, infield single.
That one in the dirt for ball 1. In the spring, 3 home runs in the last 6 games of the season in a matter of 9 days. Fontes at the dish. Called strike as the count goes 1-2. And I'm mentioning home runs so much as he led the A-10 with 14 homers last year. We had our first homer from a year ago as Fontes a ground ball to the right side, that to the second baseman. And the inning is over, the top of the fourth, as we head to the bottom of the fourth. The Wild leading the Warriors 4-0.
cell phone.
68 and partly cloudy in the El Cajon area. We're at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Church, where the Wild lead the Warriors 4-0 now in the bottom of the fourth.
Just had to get the agile and nimble Brett Seeberger out to his coach's box. Now we can get underway here.
Carter misses outside for ball one. Carter with one strikeout ended last half, at the bottom of the third with the strikeout, as Logan White is at the dish. Swing and a miss, or swinging a foul ball, pardon me, as the count goes 1-1.
Logan with a hard single up the middle in his first at-bat in the second off a Rudd. And Carter did a nice job there after I was saying he was facing a polished college hitter in Leonhardt, but gets Leonhardt to strike out to end that threat.
That one just misses on the outside. The count's 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as the count goes even 2-2. Logan White, number 14 for the Warriors, as they trail the Wild 4-0 in this Thursday morning matchup. Swing and fouled back as the count stays 2-2.
Yeah, it was 88 up in the zone. Logan couldn't quite catch up to it.
Logan White at UCSD. And Thomas Carter at Texas Tech. Here's Carter with the pitch. That one's low, called ball 3.
And speaking of USD, congratulations to Shea Wickham, shortstop there, who was selected by the Astros in the 5th round of the draft. He was actually the last pick of the draft. In the NFL, that'd be Mr. Irrelevant, but in baseball, by no means, if you're a 5th rounder, are you irrelevant. So congrats to Shea.
As that ball is fouled off to the left side. Logan White, actually a UCSD Triton.
Yeah.
Another school in, you said USD.
UCSD, sorry. Shea was teammates with Logan, yeah, at UCSD.
So
yeah.
Congratulations, picked in the 5th round. Swing and a miss, as that is the second strikeout, second consecutive from Thomas Carter.
Tritons will be moving to Division I next year. They'll be a part of the Big West Conference. So 3 Division I programs in San Diego.
There's the opening pitch from Carter. That one's low and away for ball 1, and there's been a catching change as Martinez is out and Russell Cruz is in. Cruz plays at the Colorado Christian University, and he's from Littleton, Colorado. Jeremiah Ferris at the dish. Good couple innings from Martinez, came in to score a run. And caught for Carson Rudd. Swing and a miss by Ferris as the count's 2-1.
Ferris with an infield single to the left side in the second inning.
Ferris plays at the Masters University in California. That one's called strike on the outside corner. Ferris doesn't agree, but nevertheless, the count is 2-2.
Yeah, that was just off the plate, but close enough to be a strike, I thought.
Here's the 2-2 pitch from Carter. Low and away as the count goes full.
Gets up to 90 on that one. I think that's his first 90 of the day.
No one on, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Warriors trail the Wild 4-0 as Ferris gets on first with a walk.
Early coming up, he grounded into a double play to end the second inning. Gets another crack here, hopefully avoids a double play here.
He's actually a pinch hitter in Jack Costello.
My apologies.
Costello, who plays at the University of San Diego, will be heading there in the fall.
There we go, number 13.
Attended Chaminade as well.
So Early will not ground into a double play this at bat. because he's not at bat.
Right. One Jack switched in for another as Cruz tried to check on Ferris at first. Jack early out. Jack Costello in.
I'm starting to think Andrew Reeder should stick to pitching and not spotting.
Man on first, Costello at the dish. The runner goes as Ferris will have to go back after that foul ball to the right side. Ferris, a lot of hustle and speed down the line. If you saw after that walk, he wasted no time to get to first. And if you're looking at the scoreboard in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, the guest team are the Wild and the home team are the Warriors. A swing and a blooper to right center field. Both Wild players converging, and that's O'Hara with the catch for the second out of the inning.
Looks like we'll have another pinch hitter. I'm on top of this one.
That's Nick Nacarado, number 28 for the Warriors. Coming in for Jackson Blytho. The runner goes, Ferris on his way to second, and he'll get there in time, sliding head first, as that is a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nacarado as Ferris gets the stolen base.
We'll see if Nacarado can extend the inning for Matt Rudick, who has popped up on the on-deck circle.
A couple of changes from head coach Brett Seeberger. Nacarado attends the University of San Francisco in Northern California. You talk about Matt Rudick on the on-deck circle. If he gets up to the plate, he'll try to do what he did on opening day with a 2 RBI single. A swing and a miss as the count goes 1-2. Rudick opened the scoring for the San Diego League on opening day. Nacarado at the dish. Ferris at second. The count is 1-2 with 2 outs. Ferris is going to go to third. Good throw by Cruz, but Ferris gets there in time as Carter Graham couldn't apply the tag. A little late on the tag from number 8, Carter Graham, as Ferris steals second and then steals third.
Yeah, nice throw as well, but clearly Ferris had that bag stolen. Credit to him. Good jump. Slides in feet first.
Nacarado with the swing and the miss, and that is a strikeout for Thomas Carter to end the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th, the Wild leading 4-0. Jack O'Brien back out on the mound for the Warriors, down 4-0 to the Wild as we're in the top of the 5th inning. And that one's low inside for ball 1 to Carter Graham.
Carter Graham got his first collegiate hit in the 3rd, single to left. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st.
Graham swings and misses on that off-speed pitch. The count goes 1-1.
Bumped into him before the game. Actually called him Matt by mistake. Matt is his father. Hello, Matt, if you're listening and watching.
Graham takes that ball inside. The count is 2-1. You're aging, Carter Graham. What is that all about?
18 years old, though.
That's a
definitely plenty of good years ahead of him.
Definitely has a bright future. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Again, O'Brien misses inside as the count goes 3-1.
Carter staying up in Fallbrook area with a relative of his, so he's got a little bit of a hike for these games down in El Cajon, but I think guys would drive 4 hours each way to play baseball at this point.
That's a foul ball. The count goes full. And baseball came back 4 days ago, as this is day 4 of San Diego League Baseball. Guys from all over the country. And it's going to be one heck of a season. Up the middle from number 8, Carter Graham. He stayed at first. Don't know why he didn't start running to first, as that throw is made by McClellan.
Yeah, maybe thought he fouled it off or something. Not sure. Just didn't pick up the ball off the bat. Honestly, even if he started running right away, I think that wasn't as hard as we thought. Second baseman fielded it fine, threw him out. Interesting.
Yeah. As McClellan approached it, as that one hit off the mound, actually a blooping throw from McClellan to Lienhart. Here's Davis Heller up with one out, drills that one to left field. Approaching is Rudick, who just came into the game. Great catch by Matt Rudick. What a play by the left fielder, just came into the game and gets his feet wet early.
Very nice play. Rudick ranging all the way to his right toward the foul line. Makes a heck of a grab. Again, a player like Rudick, guy just hits, just plays baseball. Nothing really surprises you what he can do.
The jack of all trades, Matt Rudick, plays at San Diego State University and attended your alma mater, Scripps Ranch. That one hit up the middle, and a slow roller that's going to be approached by Ferris.
That's him.
And he's safe. It looked like
Ooh.
Ferris threw it in time, but the speed of number 3 for the Wild.
It looked like it was pretty hard hit, but bounced off the mound, slowed it down a little bit, but
Russell Cruz beating out the throw. Looked like it was going to be back-to-back great plays, one made by Rudick and the other by Ferris. But nevertheless, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. A swing and a grounder to left, and the play is going to be made by Costello over to the first baseman, Lienhart. That ends the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Up for the Warriors, Matt Rudick, Nick Siemens, and Caden Hobson. Bottom of the 5th, Wild still lead the Warriors 4-0 as Thomas Carter heads back to the mound. The same 9 for Joe Beck's Wild as Matt Rudick comes up for his first at-bat of the game after a phenomenal catch in the top half of the 5th.
Rudick with a pair of hits in the Warriors' first game, including a big 2-run single as he takes a ball there.
Carter with the 1-0 pitch. That one's high for ball 2. The count's 2-0. As the breeze picks up a bit here in sunny San Diego. It's been on and off the past 4 days. As that one misses outside, the count 3-0.
Down 4 runs, probably not going to have the green light here. Just got to get on base.
That one is high and away as Rudick will head to first.
I feel like we had some louder dugouts today than the previous 3 days.
The energy is high. I actually asked both coaches about the energies of these teams, both losing their first game, and they said it's looking good. Both want to pick up their first win.
You know, and without fans here, I guess the teams themselves have to be their 10th man,
Yep.
right?
To be 10th, 11th, and so on and so forth. As here's Nick Siemens, takes that ball low. The count is 1-0. And didn't mention it, but Matt Rudick, who's at first in the summer of 2018, played in the Northwoods League for the Wilmar Stingrays. Sorry, the Stingers. Played in 50 games for them.
In the Cape Cod League last year.
Right. Rudick all over the map now here in San Diego. Swing and a miss by Siemens. That counts 1-1. Of course, this league and the Cape Cod League, the only two using blast motion on the knobs of every player's bat. That'll give them statistics to take back to their respective colleges.
Yeah, Rudick playing for Wareham. He was a gateman.
So a stinger and then a gateman. Now he's on the Warriors. Siemens at the dish. Swing and a miss as the count goes 1-2.
Nice pitch there. Down and away on the corner.
Siemens, one of the many that attends Palomar, will be a sophomore in the fall. Attended Rancho Bernardo and is from San Diego. That one's low and in the dirt for ball 2. It counts even 2-2.
How about that? Rudick actually pitched a third of an inning last summer for Wareham. Retired the only batter he faced.
So I think it's right to call him the jack of all trades, which I called him in left.
Absolutely, and he pitched in high school as well over at Scripps.
Rudick is going to go, takes the lead. That one's low and in the dirt, gets to the backstop as the count is full and Rudick is safe at second.
Still go down as a stolen base. Good jump.
Siemens at the dish. Played at Nevada in his freshman year, transferring to Palomar. Had a single on Monday. Nick Siemens fouls that one back to the right. No outs in the bottom of the 5th. The Warriors down 4-0 with Nick Siemens at the plate. Rudick at second. A swing and a miss, and that is another strikeout for Thomas Carter.
Nice job. Fastball there on the inside corner. Siemens couldn't get his hands around it.
The 5th strikeout for Thomas Carter out of Texas Tech. As number 7 for the Warriors, Caden Hobson, the man that's been behind the plate all game long.
Yeah, that's 8 strikeouts total now for the Warriors, so just about, no, more than half their outs now come by way of the K.
That one in there for a strike. The count goes 0-1. The pitcher's a huge part of this league so far. 13 strikeouts combined for the Jets in their win over the Wave Riders yesterday, and already 8 combined for the Wild.
Hobson struck out in his first plate appearance in the second, walked in the third.
That one is on the outside corner, called strike. The count's 1-2. And Matt Burgandy has shown up, the head coach of the Brewers, who we'll see later today play the Sharks. Here's the pitch from Carter. That one misses outside. The count is even, 2-2. Hobson trying to drive in the Warriors' first run of this game. Rudick at second. That one's low and in the dirt, gets past Cruz. He's still looking for it as Matt Rudick advances to third.
Wild pitch there. Hobson looking to get the Warriors on the board here. Try to drive in Rudick.
It's been sunny all game long here in San Diego. Swing and a miss. Caden Hobson strikes out, and that is the 6th strikeout for Thomas Carter. As his head coach Joe Becht goes to have a word with his relief pitcher Carter.
Yeah, it's probably Hobson swinging at ball 4 there. Fastball away.
And pardon me on that last one, 5 strikeouts for Thomas Carter, not 6. Striking out Hobson as number 2 Brian McClellan steps up to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, it's 9 strikeouts now for the Warriors club. As McClellan looks to deliver, get a 2-out RBI, get the Warriors on the board.
McClellan at Cal Berkeley, as that one's in there for a strike, trying to score Matt Rudick at San Diego State. Rudick at third. The count is 0-1. That one on the outside corner, as Carter's ahead of the count, 0-2. McClellan, high school teammates with Jared Breedwell, who is also on this Warriors team. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's a grounder to the right side, gets into the outfield, and Matt Rudick will come in to score as number 2, Brian McClellan, delivers the RBI single.
Warriors have life here. And that'll be it for Carter.
The score is 4-1, and that'll be it for Thomas Carter. As there's a pitching change for the Wild. Carter finishing with 5 strikeouts. We'll be back in a few.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the ringer? They just... Oh, is it? What number is it? Yeah. It's the only Cerritos guy on the roster, so... Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just get on to like conversations. Yeah. Wild lead the Warriors 4-1 after Rudick comes in to score an RBI single by Brian McClellan here in the bottom of the 5th. New pitcher for the Wild. It's Matt Cabrera, number 11. We mentioned he was on his Zoom call earlier. A student athlete, and now on the mound for the Wild.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Played at Fullerton High School. Yeah, I
The
think
question is, did he leave his Zoom call to come pitch, and then maybe he's
or did
going
the
back?
class end? Right. You wonder if that will have an impact on.
And did he ask for the professor's permission, or did he just jump off? But no, I believe he was done. I didn't see him on his laptop there the last hour or so, so I think he's all right.
The lefty plays at Cerritos College. His first season there, back in the spring.
Good test for him against Brian Leonhardt.
And in his bio, it says he'd like to transfer to either Clemson or the University of Minnesota. He aspires to be a baseball scout and stay in and around the game. As McClellan's at first after the RBI single, swinging, and that one died when it hit the line on the third base line, as that's over to the first baseman Heller. Graham makes the play, shifting to his right. And that is the end of the 5th inning. As we head to the top of the 6th, it'll be Mace, Guzman, and Segal for the Wild. Yep, Dave Fleepy. Is it D Fleepy? Yeah. Top of the 6th, Warriors trail the Wild 4-1 after an RBI single by Brian McClellan in the bottom of the 5th. Gave the Warriors their first run. New pitcher for Brett Seeberger's Warriors. It's Michael DeFilippi out of the University of the Pacific. Attended Cathedral Catholic and made 4 appearances for Pacific in the spring. And during the break, Mark, Andrew, and I were discussing what we wanted to call that slow roller to the left side of the infield by Brian Leonhardt of the Warriors. They were throwing some stuff out there. I would say slow roller. What was the one that you were saying?
I went with Q shot.
Q shot, a pool reference.
Yeah, the Massey, an old trick shot. Used to be a famous commercial long ago, well before your time, Cam. Shillelagh.
Shillelagh, wow. You're digging in your bag of tricks when it comes to calls, as that one is missed on the outside corner.
Well, that one I learned from the great Doc Emmerich, who calls play-by-play hockey on NBC. He is very, very good with his verbs. Present tense and past tense.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Top broadcasters in hockey. Does it all. You'll recognize his voice. Yep. You'll recognize his voice easily if you watch the game on the ice. The count's 2-0. That one misses inside as it counts 3-0 from DeFilippi.
And Doc, if you're listening, I highly doubt you are, but if you are invited to replace one of us for a day.
As that one's right down the middle. The count's 3-1. Yeah, I'd give up my spot for Doc Emmerich, and any day of the week, learn from one of the best. DeFilippi with the 3-1 pitch. A check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. As the count's full. DeFilippi with a season-high 3 innings pitched and 4 strikeouts for the University of the Pacific. He hasn't pitched since March 11th, when everything was cut short back in mid-March. The full count pitch. Swung on, and that's fouled to the right side by Anthony Mays.
Looked like a changeup there, registered at 75 miles an hour. Mace with a big 2-run single in the third that extended the Wild lead to 4-0 at the time.
Mace
Since been cut 4-1.
Swing and a miss, and that is the first strikeout for DeFilippi. Comes into this ball game and retires the first batter that he faces. Jake Guzman at the plate for the Wild. The Wild leading 4-1 here on day 4 as he shows bunt. And that's called ball as the count's 1-0. We have not seen a bunt so far in the
And
San Diego
rightfully
League.
so.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too many of those.
I would
Let
agree.
the kids swing.
Definitely agree with that, as that's a swing and a miss. The count is 1-1. After not having baseball for close to 3 months, I wouldn't expect anyone to not want to take a hack at the first couple
Yeah,
pitches
maybe
that they see.
ninth inning, 1-run game. Maybe it's acceptable, but let's get these guys swinging.
As that ball is in the dirt, but a swing by Guzman, and the count's 1-2. That one high for ball 2, as the count's even 2-2.
A little more than a year ago, I was talking to Mike Clement, the hitting coach out at Ole Miss, and if I remember the number correctly, he told me they attempted 12 bunts all year the previous year, so that would have been in 2018.
Wow.
We can look that up and check, but if I remember that number right, a dozen for the whole year.
Well,
It's SEC baseball for you.
2 straight strikeouts for DeFilippi, as there's 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Only 12.
Yeah.
Wow. That one is in the dirt to number 29, Zach Segal. Ball 1. I feel like I'd be even more scared to try to bunt. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm not a baseball player.
If they're going to ask you to bunt, you should be able to execute it.
I don't know. I don't really have any baseball skills. That one's lined into right center for Segal. And he will settle with a single as he has to go back to first. A good throw by Siemens, but not in time to Lienhart.
That's Segal's first hit of the summer. Had gone 0 for 5 in his first game a few days back against the Hooks. Was hitless in 3 plate appearances prior to that hit, so good to get that first one in there.
Like we mentioned, everyone getting back into the baseball mode here in San Diego, the 4th day of San Diego League Baseball, as Michael O'Hara steps up to the plate for the Wild. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Segal on first. Try to bunt there. That one fouled back.
Were they listening to the commentators?
It's possible. No fans here, so the players can probably hear us well.
Yeah, although with 2 outs, I doubt.
No, I think that was a little just, testing out DeFilippi.
Possibly. Third baseman's playing a little back, so maybe trying to go for the hit. I would say it's going to be his only attempt at bunting for a hit.
As that one's high, it gets away from Cruz. There goes the runner, and Segal is safe. And pardon me, that was Hobson with the throw. Had to make a jump throw. Segal safe at second, just in time. McClellan couldn't apply the tag.
Yeah, and that'll go down as a pass ball. Moves him into scoring position.
O'Hara, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Swinging a foul ball to the left side. Both these teams losing their opening games, trying to pick up their first win of the summer. The Warriors with 3 days rest, the Wild with 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Dave Filippi. That one's in the dirt. As Caden Hobson corrals, throws it back to number 11 on the Warriors, and the count is even at 2-2. O'Hara looking to extend this 4-1 lead. A swing and a broken bat blooper into foul territory on the left side, and he'll need a replacement for that bat, as the broken bat counter just keeps going up.
We have the players keep their bags outside the dugouts here just to eliminate some of the clutter, spread things out, of course. And fortunately, O'Hara's bag was the first one.
Yeah.
Right there outside the gate, so he didn't have to go down all the way to the end of the line. Able to speed things up a little bit here.
As he's back out there at the dish for the 2-2 pitch from Dave Filippi. Seagal at second, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Wild lead 4-1. That one's in the dirt and away as the count goes full. So Seagal will be running on this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Here's Dave Filippi with the full count pitch to O'Hara. He swings on that one, bloop to the left side and foul.
Just beyond the bullpen there.
As the count stays 3-2, Seagal will go back to second and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah, we got 3 pop-up tents on each side. Provide a little shade for the 2 bullpens, so corner outfielders running to make a grab. Got to be a little careful. We don't want anyone going crashing into those nice pop-up tents.
O'Hara drills that one to right center and straight to the center field Siemens as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Wild lead the Warriors 4-1. Cabrera back on the mound for the Wild in the bottom of the 6th inning. With number 14, Logan White, at the plate for the Warriors. A good game so far between 2 teams searching for their first win of the summer. Here's the first pitch from Cabrera. Swing and a miss by White as the count goes 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses high and away as the count goes 1-1.
Logan with a base hit in his first at-bat, 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. Little lefty-lefty matchup here.
Cabrera delivering to White. That hit him on the arm as White will head to first, and he represents the leadoff runner for the Warriors. As the dugout eggs him on to hustle over to first base after that hit by pitch. And that brings up number 16. Looks like a pinch hitter for the Warriors.
Ryan Orr.
Ryan Orr up for the Warriors. Played in the game against the Brewers on Monday. Had a single
San
in
Diego
2
State
at-bats.
product.
That had La Costa Canyon. He's from San Diego. He said he enjoys playing golf. Probably enjoys playing baseball a little more. As he's probably happy as we all are that baseball is back. The count is 2-0 to Orr. Orr entering the game for number 22, Jeremiah Ferris. As that one's in the dirt. Good stop by Cruz. The count is 2-0. Pardon me, 3-0 after ball 3 from Cabrera. Runner at first. That's Logan White. That ball's high. And a walk to number 16, Ryan Orr. 2 men on for the Warriors as the head coach of the Wild, Joe Becht, going out to talk to his pitcher, Matt Cabrera. And as we take this break, might as well open my little lunch pail here and show Mark what I have. And it's going to be of no surprise that it is the Mark Special, a bag of carrots. You know, we're going to...
Can't hurt your eyesight.
Not at all.
Can't hurt.
It's good.
Good choice.
Good when we're in this press box behind the plate.
I just would like you to admit to the viewers that you have a Cabbage Patch Kids lunch pail. No, just kidding.
That is the one. The one in my pantry is a blue. Yeah, not sure how to say that, but it's a blue lunch pail.
Surprised you obviously go to Syracuse. I thought you'd be bringing an
orange.
I guess maybe we could ask the neighbors back there if they could spare one for you.
As here's the opening pitch. 2 on for the Warriors to Jack Costello.
Good strike. First pitch strike there, down and away.
I think you're inspiring me. Might bring an orange tomorrow, representing my school.
I was a terrier, but I will not be bringing a dog to the game.
As that one just scrapes the outside corner of the plate. The count is 0-2. I think it's much easier to find an orange in the span of one day than finding a terrier. So
especially a Boston Terrier.
Right,
Think of the terrier families. I don't think you see those as much.
That one swung on, and that's a blooper to the right side of the infield. The catch is made by Mace, and there's the first out of the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, big out there for Cabrera to get, of course. That'll bring up Nacarado.
Nick Nacarado batting in the 9th hole for the Warriors as they trail by 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Scored 1 run in the bottom half of the 5th as Nacarado represents the tying run. A swing and a foul ball to the left side as the count is 0-1. Nacarado, 1 at bat against the Brewers and the Warriors' 3-2 loss on Monday. As he takes that ball inside for a ball, it counts 1-1. I also have to mention that Nacarado has speed, 6.81 60-yard time. So if he gets on base, watch out for number 28. A swing and a miss, the count is 1-2. And just as a range, so everyone knows, the average for an MLB player, 60 yards, is 6.7 seconds to 6.9 seconds. So anyone below that threshold, most likely fast in their own right. The count is 2-2 after that ball in the dirt. We'll be heading to the University of San Francisco in Northern California in the fall. The count is full, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, 2 on. As that ball's low and inside, and the bases are loaded for the Warriors for number 15, Matt Rudick.
Ooh.
This is the perfect guy that you want up at the plate. The Swiss Army knife himself, Matt Rudick.
And not the guy you want to see if you're Cabrera here, loading the bases. And
Cabrera will try to force the double play from the lefty Rudick. Bases loaded for the Warriors. Rudick takes that strike down the middle as the count goes 0-1. And one swing of the bat from Rudick, and this entire game could change in a heartbeat. Had a couple of those on opening day. And Matt Rudick trying to force that here on day 4 as he fouls that one off to the left side. The count is 0-2. Cabrera ahead of the count to number 15, Matt Rudick, out of San Diego State University. That one's low and away for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and that's a blooper in the infield. First baseman calling it for the Wild, makes the catch. That's Davis Heller, and that's the second out of the bottom of the 6th.
yeah, and that was signaled infield fly rule by the umpires. So Rudick would have been out anyway. He just couldn't stay back on that breaking ball from Cabrera. That's a big, big out for Cabrera against a hitter like that. Tremendous job.
And after Rudick is retired, Nick Siemens will try to do the job and drive in a couple runs. That one in the dirt to Siemens as the count is 1-0. Bases loaded for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th, trailing 4-1. Nick Siemens at the dish. Siemens watches that ball go high and inside for ball 2 as he's ahead of the count 2-0. Siemens watches that ball go back to the backstop as Cruz dropped it, but the bases stay loaded as Logan White stays at third. Great hustle by Cruz to keep the runners on as the count is 3-0 to Nick Siemens. Cabrera trying to get out of this bases loaded jam. In there for a strike as the count is 3-1. White at third. Nacarado at second. Or pardon me, Costello, as that one is swung on and a foul ball to the left side as the count goes full. That's White at third, Costello at second, and Nacarado at first. Here's the payoff pitch. The runners go, and that one is low, and Matt Cabrera has walked in the run for the Warriors. As Joe Becht goes out to talk to Cabrera, there might be a pitching change, and there is. As the Warriors cut the deficit in half, the score is 4-2 Wild. We'll be back in a few after this pitching change. New pitcher for the Wild. It's Eric Waldachuk from Willamette University. As we're in the bottom of the 6th, the Warriors already put one on the board to cut the deficit from 4-1 to 4-2 after Matt Cabrera walked in a runner. And the base is still loaded for Brett Seeberger's Warriors, as it'll be Caden Hobson trying to drive in a few more for the home team. Waldachuk on the mound actually hit against the hooks. 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. Went to University City High School and is from San Diego. Plays up in Oregon. And will try to limit the damage as he faces Caden Hobson. That one scrapes the outside edge as the count is 0-1. Hobson out of the University of Arizona, trying to bring the Warriors all the way back. Bases loaded. Swinging a foul ball back to the the left side. The count is 0-2. Orr at third, Nacarado at second, and Siemens at first. The Warriors threatening. Can Caden Hobson be the man to do the job? That one misses high and away. The count is 1-2. Hobson, coming out of high school, the 7th ranked catcher in the state of California, according to Perfect Game. 32nd ranked nationally. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one misses high and away as the count goes even 2-2. Good job laying off by the catcher out of the University of University of Arizona. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Siemens. That's Hobson, as that one's fouled. Pressure situation, and I'm stumbling a bit.
Big spot here. Big spot for everybody. Bottom of the 6th, getting to the later stages of the game. See if Hobson can come through for his Warriors. Maybe tie the game, maybe put him ahead. A lot of room out there in the gaps.
Bases loaded for Caden Hobson. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the left. And Hobson lives to see another pitch. Orr at third, Nacarado at second, and Siemens at first. The Warriors trail the Wild 4-2. Two consecutive runs for the Warriors after the Wild were up 4-0. Hobson trying to add more, as that one misses high and away, and the count goes full. So the runners will be going with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And for everyone watching the live stream, in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, the guest team are the Wild, and the home team are the Warriors. Can Hobson deliver and put the Warriors in front? Runners go. And another run that's walked in by a Wild pitcher, as the Warriors cut the lead to 4-3. Waldachuk walks in a run right after Cabrera does, and the bases stay loaded this time for Brian McClellan.
McClellan will be the 8th batter of the inning here.
The Warriors trying to bat around the order. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, the Wild lead the Warriors 4-3. That one's inside, called ball 1 on McClellan.
And a quick hello to the great Scotty Tenen, who's tuning in up in the Valley, LA area.
And that one's high for ball 2. The count's 2-0. Nacarado at third, Siemens at second, and now Hobson at first. That one's low, called strike, as the count's 2-1. Must be a good feeling for the pitcher, Eric Waldachuk.
Yeah, Scotty Tenen, by the way, is a college recruiter, knows many of these kids in this league who helped them with the college recruiting process, does great work.
That one's low, called strike in the outside corner, and the count's even at 2-2. So 2 strikes from Waldachuk after going behind the count 2-0. Bases loaded 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning after the Warriors walk in 2 runs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and up the middle from McClellan. That gets to the outfield. Here comes Nacarado, and Siemens is going to slide in for the lead for the Warriors as the Warriors take a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 6th, putting up a 4 spot to overtake the Wild.
Big hit, obviously, from McClellan there. 2-run single to take the lead. He had a RBI single in the 5th to get the scoring started for the Warriors. So Brett Seeberger's Warriors now in a lead.
And with one snap of the finger, the Warriors find themselves ahead of the Wild. 5 unanswered for Brett Seeberger's Warriors. Still 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Hobson at 3rd, McClellan at 1st. Here's Lienhart. That one misses high to the backstop and goes number 2, McClellan, to 2nd. McClellan advancing to 2nd after that ball was thrown to the backstop. And the Warriors have runners on 2nd and 3rd. Lienhart at the dish. The count is 1-0. Swing and a miss as the count moves even, 1-1. Lienhart attends San Diego State University, was also recruited by San Diego, Oregon, Cal Poly, and Arizona State. The count is 2-1, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The Warriors have the lead over the Wild. Swung on and a high fly ball to left by Lienhart. As that'll end the bottom of the 6th inning, we'll head to the top of the 7th. The tides have turned. The Warriors now lead the Wild 5-4.
Yeah, I think that's DeFilippi, right?
Michael DeFilippi back out there for the Warriors after a 4-run bottom of the 6th puts the Warriors out in front of the Wild 5-4. And in a 2-inning stretch, the Warriors have surpassed what the Wild did in the first 3 innings. As that one misses outside, the count's 1-0. Number 13, Ruben Fontes at the dish for the Wild. Here's the pitch from Dave Filippi as Fontes gets jammed, and that's a foul ball. Brett Seeberger, the head coach of the Warriors, having a word with the ump. As we will resume play. The count is 1-1 to Fontes. Swung on, and that is a pop-up right to the third baseman Costello, and that's the first out of the 7th inning.
DeFelipe doing a pretty nice job so far, just giving up the one hit to the right side last inning. He's retired 4 of the 5 guys he's faced. Gets a good test in the young Carter Graham.
Graham, number 8 for the Wild, with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Takes that first ball in the dirt. The count's 1-0. And what a beautiful day for baseball. Between the Wild and the Warriors. As Graham takes a strike, the count is 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Graham. Swing and a miss on the outside as the count goes 1-2. Swung on and fouled back by Graham. The count stays 1-2 with Davis Heller on deck. Graham slashed a .391 average his senior year at Chaminade Prep. Added 2 home runs in only 8 games this past spring. Here's the pitch from Dave Filippi. Swing and a miss, and gets Carter Graham to strike out swinging for the second out of the top of the 7th.
Third strikeout for DeFelipe.
As number 22, Davis Heller, steps up to face Dave Filippi. The Wild find themselves now behind the Warriors 5-4 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Heller takes that ball in the outside corner for strike 1. Heller 6'8", standing at the plate, and here's DeFelipe. Swing and a miss, swinging a foul ball to the backstop as the count goes 0-2. Base is empty, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. The 0-2 pitch. That one gets by the catcher Hobson. As the count is 1-2.
Two-seam fastball got away from him. That was at 88 miles an hour.
Big gap up the middle. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. The count even at 2-2. After trailing 4-0, the Warriors offense erupted with 5 runs in the 5th and the 6th. Swing and a miss from Heller, a tip, as that is the final out of the top of the 7th. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. The Warriors lead the Wilds 5-4.
Number 1. Kirkpatrick? Oh yeah, he pitched the other day, didn't he? Yeah. guess it'll be a pinch hitter here, right? Let's see. 22.
Yep, Jared Breedwell.
Freedwell or Breedwell?
Breedwell.
Oh, Breedwell. Okay.
No, sorry, 5 for 14. Bottom of the 7th on this Thursday morning matchup between the Wild and the Warriors. Warriors lead the Wild 5-4 as there's a new pitcher for the Wild. That's Hunter Kirkpatrick out of the College of Idaho, and a new hitter leading off for the Warriors, number 5, Jared Breedwell.
Yeah, Breedwell pinch hitting for Logan White, the DH, who's actually now warming up in the bullpen down the right field line. So they'll activate the DH, if you will, when he comes into pitch, presumably next inning.
Breedwell watches that ball sink low for ball 1. Breedwell verbally committed to Oregon State, now at the University of San Francisco. Swung on and a pop-up into center, actually a fly ball into center. The wind looked like it carried that one as it was caught by Guzman. Didn't seem like a hard hit ball off the bat, but carried into center field as the wind is blowing out to the outfield.
That'll bring up Ferris here with one out.
Jeremiah Ferris re-entering the game after Ryan Orr pinch hit for him just an inning ago. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Kirkpatrick. Swing, and that's a slow roller to right to the first baseman Heller. The tag is applied by number 1, Hunter Kirkpatrick, as he got to the bag in time. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Good cover by Kirkpatrick as he retires 2 early.
Yeah, Kirkpatrick seeing action for the 2nd time already. He pitched a inning in relief 2 days ago out of the College of Idaho.
Had 2 strikeouts in that outing against
First
the
pitcher
Hooks.
to go twice, I believe.
Swinging a foul ball to the left side by number 13. That's Jack Costello, who's now at third base for the Warriors. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Kirkpatrick. Swinging another foul ball to the backstop as Costello's behind the count 0-2. Mark taking a sip of his water, a little swig between pitches. It's getting sunny out here as the temperature rising a bit.
Yeah, we're up at 73 degrees now. Sun's beating down on us a little bit, just beyond our pop-up tent here.
That one in there for a strikeout, and Hunter Kirkpatrick making easy work of the first 3 for the Warriors. As we head to the top of the 8th, the Warriors lead the Wild 5-4. Top of the 8th, the Warriors lead the Wild 5-4 on this beautiful day at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Church. As Logan White into pitch. That ball misses outside. White already appearing at the plate a couple times, and now into pitch in relief.
Yeah, Logan features fastball, curveball, changeup. Kind of a power change. Throws it pretty hard.
That one misses high as the count is 1-0.
Actually got roped into catching a few of his bullpens here at some smaller workouts a few weeks back.
That's Russell Cruz at the dish, the catcher for the Wild. That one's low for ball 2.
Logan kind enough to catch bullpens himself as he's a catcher. And then once he got on the mound, I stepped in. Probably not the best idea, but I did survive.
That's good. Survived to see another broadcast as that's a called strike on the inside corner. The count is 3-1. Cruz swinging and missing as the count goes full, and you could hear Joe Becht from the dugout. It might have been just another one of the players telling Cruz to be aggressive. He does. Misses that ball in the outside half, and the count goes full. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Cruz swings on that one, a foul ball behind us. And we'll head into the orange patch.
Bright, bright sun today.
Yeah.
For some reason seems brighter than past days.
Could be. Swing and a miss as Logan White retires Russell Cruz.
Like fastball up in the zone there.
It does seem a little brighter. There's no clouds in the sky, blue skies. Great scenery here at San Diego Christian High School. As Nathan Nankel comes in for the Wild, his first at bat. Number 19. Nankel plays at Cal State Fullerton, or will in the fall. As that's a ball on the outside. The count is 2-0. Attended Bonita Vista High School. He's from Chula Vista. Batted .304 in high school. And now heading to Cal State Fullerton to play in college. A pop-up to the middle of the infield, and that catch is made by McClellan for the second out of the top of the 8th. So Logan White quickly retires his first 2 batters. And up for the Wild is number 27. A pinch hitter for Joe Becht's team. That's Fisher Pyatt as that hits him. And he faces one pitch and will head to first after the hit by pitch. Another pinch hitter in for the Wild in these late innings, DJ Downen out of Mount San Jacinto from Murrieta, California. A swing and a pop-up to third base as Costello makes the play. And that will be the final out of the top of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Warriors still leading the Wild 5-4. Bottom of the 8th in our first game of our Thursday doubleheader here at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Church. And a couple defensive changes for Joe Beck, the head coach of the Wild. Aiden Bruce in left, Michael Mugen in center, DJ Downen in right, and Fisher Pyatt at second base. As that one is foul, the count goes 0-1. To Nick Nacarado. Warriors lead the Wild 5-4. Swing and a miss from Nacarado, the count goes 0-2. And I was about to say it's been a wild game, but then I might have to say no pun intended.
I like that.
As this game has been back and forth, as that is a ball on the outside, or you could say it's just gone one way, and then in the latter half of the innings has gone the Warriors' way. As the Wild try to fight back in it, the Warriors at the plate. That's Nick Nacarado. Nacarado takes that one for ball 2. The count's even 2-2.
No one up in the Warriors' pen, so looks like this is Logan White Jr.'s game to finish. Try to get that save.
Kirkpatrick with the pitch, and that one is fouled off to the right by Nacarado. The count is 2-2. And we are gearing up for a fun 9th inning as the Warriors lead the Wild 5-4.
And Logan will have to face the top of the Wild order in the 9th. Nothing he can't handle, though.
It'll be Zach Segal to lead off for the Wild in the top of the 9th. Kirkpatrick with the pitch, that's high as the count goes full. Here's the 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, and the Warriors have a leadoff runner after the walk by Kirkpatrick. Both teams 0-1 in search of their first wins of the summer, as Matt Rudick steps up to the dish for the Warriors. Nacarado at first, Rudick at the dish. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. And will Nacarado go 3? No, he won't. He'll stay at second. And Matt Rudick goes to first as the Warriors have 2 men on here in the bottom of the 8th. Rudick staying aggressive in the 8th, a good piece of hitting. Finding the gap between the second baseman and the first baseman. Rudick splits Pyatt and Heller on the right side of the infield, as that brings up number 29. As that one's in there for a strike. Number 29 for the Warriors is Bradley Polinsky out of Washington State University, attended Cathedral Catholic, and according to Perfect Game, coming out of high school, was the 10th ranked catcher in California. Polinsky swings and misses. That's strike 2 from Kirkpatrick.
Brewers do have a little action in the bullpen now.
The Warriors.
I'm sorry.
We'll see the Brewers later today.
We'll see the Brewers later.
Kirkpatrick with the pitch. A check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that's a strikeout for Kirkpatrick. As in the Warriors bullpen, it's Siemens warming up. So we might see Logan White, but we also might see Nick Siemens. Both guys have taken their turn at hitting. And you wonder if Brett Seeberger will bring in Siemens for the 9th. 2 men on for the Warriors, as that one is on the outside corner and will get away from the catcher, Russell Cruz. Ball 1.
Yeah, it'll be a pass ball there for Cruz. Couple runners in scoring position now as Hobson looks to extend the lead.
And after getting it wrong on the first day, I can actually say try to add some insurance runs.
Yes, indeed.
Runners on second and third. Swinging a comebacker to the picture. Kirkpatrick checks third, fires it over to Heller, and that is the second out of the bottom of the eighth.
And we'll see, any potential insurance runs could be large here, as the top of the order will bat next inning for the Wild. As McClellan comes up and hits in both of his last two at-bats, an RBI single in the fifth, 2-run single in the sixth. That was the that was the go-ahead.
Nacarado at
single.
Third, Rudick at second. Swing and a miss from McClellan as the count is 0-1. Bottom of the eighth, the breeze is picked up here at San Diego Christian High School. Sun is still out. Swinging a ground ball to the left side as that is off the glove of Carter Graham. And coming in to score is Nick Nacarado. The Warriors now lead the Wild 6-4.
Yeah, and that'll have to go as an error on Carter Graham. Pretty much a routine ground ball there. Allows your famous insurance run to score.
As that ball was a grounder to the left side, hit off what looked like the lip of the glove in the air, went into the outfield. Nacarado comes in to score. Rudick advances to third. And McClellan's at first.
Yeah, no RBI for McClellan there.
As Kirkpatrick checks on McClellan first. Number 23, Brian Leanhart, at the plate for the Warriors. Runners at the corners, 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth. That one is high and away for ball one.
You know, it's interesting, we've only seen 1 home run so far this season. We've talked a little bit about that, and we'd have to go back and look. I don't think there's actually been a ton of extra base hits yet either. Maybe a double or 2. I know 1 triple.
Swung on and driven to right, and coming to score is Rudick, and going to third is McClellan. An RBI single from Brian Leanhart to put the Warriors up 7-4. And you're right, not a lot of extra base hits. There's been a lot of singles today. I'm pretty sure there's been a couple triples in the league so far.
Yeah, but again, as long as as we've talked about also, timing comes back with these hitters. I think we'll start to see more balls driven to the gaps, to the down the lines, over the fence.
You saw that with Jim Jarvis yesterday.
Jim Jarvis out of Alabama, the first to homer this summer, and what I believe is a pretty fair ballpark to both sides. As we mentioned, we did have to move the fences back in center there. Just a little too short at 365 for some of these big guys.
It's 405 in center and 325, 326 in left and right. Jared Breedwell at the plate. Fouls it off to the right side. The Warriors have scored 2 in the bottom of the eighth to put them up 7-4. As there's still action in the Warriors bullpen.
Michael DiFilippi would be in line for the win right now, should the score hold. University of Pacific.
That one's low and in the dirt, gets away from Cruz, and going to second is Leanhart. So the Warriors now with 2 in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth. And if this game ends as is, this is going to go down as a tale of four innings, the 4 beginning innings and the 4 or 5 latter innings, as it was all Wild early, and now it's been all Warriors with 7 unanswered.
Yeah, game kind of flipped there halfway through.
One could say
who knows, could flip again though. You never know.
Obviously that's just if the game ends as is, but the Wild still a chance in the top of the ninth as Kirkpatrick walks number 5, Jared Breedwell for the Warriors, and the bases are all loaded.
That will be all.
Yep, Hunter Kirkpatrick done for the day as Joe Becht with another pitching change. The Wild bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth, leading 7-4. Bottom of the 8th, the Warriors already tacking on 2 more runs and taking a 7-4 lead over the Wild. New pitcher in for the Wild is Ryan Rhodes. Will be heading to the University of Redlands in the fall to join our spotter, Andrew Reeder.
Take him under your wing, Andrew Reeder.
As number 22, Jeremiah Ferris is at the dish. Bases loaded for the Warriors. That one's high, gets away from Cruz, and the Warriors get another run to score as it is 8-4. Brian McClellan coming in to score from third. Still 2 runners in scoring position. Now runners at second and third for the Warriors, leading 8-4.
Highest offensive output so far by a team is 9 runs by the Longboarders on opening day.
As well as the Jets yesterday, beating the Wave Riders 9-0. And our highest combined scoring was that game, Longboarders Jets, when it was 9-8 Longboarders.
17 total for you math majors out there.
That one is high for ball 3. The count's 3-0. That one's high and a walk from Rhodes in 4 pitches. So the Warriors lead 8-4. The bases are loaded once again in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Ryan Rhodes, the new pitcher on the mound for Joe Becht. Ferris at first, Breedwell at second, and Leanhart at third. Swung on and missed by number 13, Jack Costello. Came in earlier this game at third base. The Warriors 8 unanswered in 4 innings. Costello trying to tack on more. Swing and a ground ball to the right side as Davis Heller picks that one up, and we head to the top of the 9th. It's going to be an exciting one. The Wild down 4. The score is 8-4 Warriors.
Unfortunately, the game changer. Yeah, because it could take away business from the live stream. Well, when we get it, when we start, people start paying. I wish we, but I hate doing it, but it makes business sense. 91? Yeah, just say, just avoid it. Yep.
Top of the 9th is the matchup between the Wild and the Warriors, a divisional matchup between 2 land teams, 2 teams that are winless, looking for their first win. Winds down, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Warriors. It's Nick Siemens, who also played center field in this game earlier today. as it will be the top of the order for the Wild, starting with Segal. And through the first 3 innings, the Wild led 4-0. And after that, it's been all Warriors, as the Warriors have scored 1 in the bottom half of the 5th, 4 in the bottom half of the 6th, and 3 in the bottom half of the 8th. That one is low and away for ball 1 from Nick Siemens. Zach Segal at the dish. That's in there for strike 1. The count's even 1-1. Nick Siemens appearing in both games for the Warriors early on, as that one is high for ball 2. Plays at Palomar College.
And Segal 1 for 3 with a walk today thus far.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Segal swings, and that one's fouled back.
Opened the scoring, walked and scored a run in the first. Struck out a couple times and then got a base hit to right in the 6th.
The count is 2-2. Segal takes that one for a strike as Nick Siemens picks up his first strikeout with Michael Mugen heading to the plate. Strikeout looking for Nick Siemens. With 1 out in the top of the 9th, the Warriors trying to close it out and move to 1-1 on the season. Mugen takes that one in the dirt as the count is 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mugen. Swing and a miss as the count goes even 1-1. The Brewers, who we'll see later today, leading the Land Division at 1-0. The Jets at 1-1. And if this game and this score holds as is, the Warriors will be joining the Jets in the Land Division at 1-1. The count is 1-2 to Michael Mugen. Aiden Bruce on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on in a pop-up to the right side of the outfield. Coming in as 3 Warriors, and the catch is made by Nick Nacarado.
Yeah, never an easy play there as ball falls toward no man's land, if you will, as 3 defenders all converge, but right fielder coming in on that obviously has the easiest route coming in. Calls off his teammates, makes the catch, and the Warriors are 1 out away from evening their record.
Number 2, Aiden Bruce, at the plate for the Wild, is going to hit that one right to the shortstop. That one is Brian McClellan, and that ends this morning matchup between the Wild and the Warriors, a divisional land matchup, as the Warriors join the Jets at 1-1. And we'll see you later today for the Brewers versus the Sharks. For our VP of Marketing, Mark Rogoff, I'm Cameron Ezair, and we'll see you later.
Great job out there. Hey, all right.